Last time on Dragon Ball Z What If, Goku were adopted by the Briefs. The androids had awoken. Goku and Red tried their best to stop them, but the power was too much for them. In the last fit of desperation, Goku tapped into his primal power and awakened Super Saiyan Primal, as they actually haven't named it yet, but it'll probably be something like that. I probably will just use that as, it's Super Saiyan 4, we know what it is. But anyway, they reconcile with the androids. And, the androids at this point are like, all right, let's try actually living normal lives again. All right, fine. The 18's like, oh, okay, hey, you, Baldy. You, me, date, later? Okay, not kind of like that. But like, Grill's like, yes, ma'am! So we cut to a little later, because we don't know the actual amount of time that transpired between, the whole people were disappearing because of Cell and the androids waking up. We do know that it had to have been not very long, maybe a few hours. But it was maybe a few hours to a day. Again, there's no real good sense of time in that. We know Goku was out for a couple days. We do know that. He didn't get better in just one day. So it's a little hard to determine. But for the sake of things, we'll say half a day. Half a day has passed before they hear about something. So they're back at the Breeze house, Goku's house, if you will. Basically everyone's house at that point. Basically Raditz, Goku, and the main people who live there. And, they bring the androids there. Bulma's like, wait, who's this? Like, oh, these are the androids, Bulma. And Chi-Chi's like, Goku, are you crazy? Those androids are going to kill you. Like, well, they were, but we kind of work things out. He's like, wait, you work things out? He's like, yeah, no, they're cool. I was like, yeah, look, Goku's ended up beating our asses down, so, we don't want to, and we're not really in the mood to die or anything like that, so we just decided to take him up in the offer and try to do this normal living stuff, as it were. Well, any friend of Goku's is a friend of ours. Now, that being said, why don't I, as a engineer myself, give me a second, I'm cleaning my glasses, I was doing it, give you a personal tune-up. I'd like to see what makes you up and how you tick, if you don't mind, and possibly give you any sort of little upgrades or repairs if you might need. Well, I mean, that's kind of. I guess that's kind of neat. Like, yeah, don't worry, Dad's great at this stuff. Well, he is. That's right, Bulma. That's right. Jiro did mention the Breeze at one point. So, all right, sure. But meanwhile, while they're getting looked over by Dr. Briefs, Goku sees his wife and his son, and Raditz does the same. Everyone's good and happy and healthy. Goku and Raditz will go into the training room, and she's like, Kakarot, what was that you did back there? I don't know. I told you. I don't know. Was it Super Saiyan? I was desperate, and then I tapped into the flux waves that we keep stored up in these things, and I kind of just changed like that. And he's like, the flux waves seem to have reacted to the Super Saiyan form in some way. Interesting. Kakarot, do you think you could do it again? I mean, maybe. Hold on. Let me see. Now, so Goku tries it with the flux waves, and again, he goes, and again, he's trying, because you should note that, how much flux wave energy is stored in those things? Well, when Goku got that when he was a little kid, and he's probably in his mid-20s at this point, hitting his 30s. How much energy per times he's seen the moon, plus he's been around the moon, do you think is stored in there? So a lot. He can use God knows how much energy out of that thing. But Goku does a couple trial errors. Like, he first tries it, going back into Super Saiyan and using the flux waves. And sure enough, he doesn't go into the golden form like he did previously. He goes into, because he remembers the feeling, at least to some degree, because it's Goku after all, so he's natural at this. So he does focus and goes into Super Saiyan 4 again, or Super Saiyan Primal. So he, turns it off. Then he tries basically just doing it in his base form. The base form is finding a little trickier to do. So he tries adding his Akari transformation, and sure enough, he can do it with the Akari transformation. It seems at the moment Goku can't seem to just do it from the get. Like, he needs some sort of catalyst to do it. He needs the flux wave still just at this moment. Now, you might be saying, why is that the case? Well, it's never really indicated if Goku, because this is weird to talk about GT, but in GT, it's never indicated could Goku just just know how to go into Super Saiyan 4 after that first transformation? We never see him training with the form at all. Whereas the other forms we know he needed practice with. So I have to believe this form he also needs practice with. So right now, that's kind of where it's staying, where Goku needs the flex blades from his device on his neck to be able to reach that. Radz also says, I wonder if I can do that too. Remember, Radz at this point also can hit Super Saiyan. It's just for him, it seems a bit harder just because of the type of transformation versus Akari. Radz actually prefers using his Akari over his Super Saiyan, but he understands Super Saiyan is ultimately stronger. So, Rad's like, maybe I should try that. Hold on, remember, you told me I went crazy. No offense, bro, but maybe if we try this, we should do it in someplace secluded. That's a good point. Anyway, let's go check on those androids. So they go back and, they're just sitting there talking with the doctor and say, so how'd it go? Oh, they get a clean bill of health. I must say, the work Gero did on them is quite impressive. Although, I wanted to say this for you guys, until Goku and until you folks, or to you guys came back in here. 17, 18, as it were. You were aware that Gero installed highly explosive devices in your stomachs, right? It's like, oh, God, I forgot about those things. That's right, he did. That bastard did do that. Yeah, kind of irritating. And I guess he supposed it was going to be a last resort against you. Well, I mean, Goku's trust you. I trust you too. But I'd be remiss to not offer the ability to remove those from you if you don't mind. If so choose. Not only is it just a safety concern on our part, you see, and the protection for my son, but at the same time, it would allow you to live a bit more of a regular life without the fear of an explosive device in your chest. But they actually consider options. These guys so far have been a lot more accommodating than Gero's ever been, and plus, he's got a point. It's like, we want to try to live normal lives. It might help if we don't have the lingering threat of a bomb going off in our chest. It's like, yeah, we'll take you up on that, Doc. Excellent. All right, if you have time, I can do the procedure here. It shouldn't take more than a few hours for each of you. It's all right, sure, whatever. And if I could, yours should probably only take maybe 2 hours for the both of you. So, sure, awesome. All right, Bulma, yeah. And so they're all, Bulma agrees, and they're working on the android. So while that's going on, Krillin's like, oh man, I hope she's going to be okay. I hope she's going to be okay. What do you see in her? They were monsters in my timeline. Yeah, well, it's not your timeline, jackass. I'm so sorry, Trunks. I just have never had a girlfriend, so I really want to try to make this work. It's like, but Dr. Bree said she's basically human, just some enhancements. So I will choose to date who I choose. And by that, I mean whoever wants to date me, I will choose. I can see that happening. Oh man, well, look, Goku, it looks like you got this under control, but I don't feel so. I'm gonna stick around a few more days just to be sure that they don't pull anything. Not that I don't trust you to take care of them, but I just haven't met an android yet I don't like. That's fine. Let's see what's on the television. And that's just it. Bodies are disappearing all over. It's like, crap baskets. So I was like, well, I guess we should check this out. Indeed. Don't worry. If it makes you feel any better, Trunks, you can stay here and watch over the evil androids. They are evil, or they were evil. God damn it. Oh, it's fun for a father to poke at his son. At least you acknowledge it. Acknowledge it, unlike some people. Where'd that come from? Fourth wall break. So they fly off. Obviously, the three strongest fighters on the team fly off. She asks, where are they going? And she sees TV. Oh, is Dad going to be okay? Oh, your father's going to be just fine, sweetheart. After all, he's the strongest man on the planet. If he can't handle it, we're all in trouble. But don't worry, your father will never abandon us. So they go off. Now, I'll admit, off the top of my head, I can't remember which city they went to. But anyway, they fly there. It's like, what is this? It's like all these people just gone. What is that? What happened to you? And then all of a sudden, they hear the na, Mr. Sandman. What is that? Give me a dream. Give me the cutest.
that I've ever seen. Hello, friends. What the hell is that? Goku, you're here, and Rockets too. Trunks, it's been too long. How are you? Uh, this isn't quite how I wanted our first meeting to be, but I suppose it's advantageous. Uh, who are you? I've been trying to wrap my head around that myself. A name, if you will, to a moniker, if you will, to address myself. I like. There's a name that's been rolling in my mind. I like the name Cell. So what are you? Oh, I could explain that, but perhaps I should just show you instead. And remember, it's 301, so Cell's not stupid. He knows he can't really take all three of these guys. No, let's be clear. He could probably take on Trunks back in the original series. He knew he couldn't take on Piccolo at that point in time. He just wasn't strong enough, which actually implies that he wasn't as strong as even Android 17 at that point. Because we know Piccolo is as strong as Android 17. And that's not a fair... I should take that back, too, because that's not a fair assessment. It's not so much that he couldn't take on Piccolo, as that Piccolo was going to provide a problem for him, just how strong he got. But Goku at this point could easily take him. Raditz could probably even take him without too much trouble. And this version of Trunks could honestly probably take him without too much difficulty. Remember, he's stronger now than when he killed Trunks. Although he still killed Trunks. So... I'd show you, but I really don't have the time to be wasting with you folks. I'm looking for something very important. The lost pieces of my soul and body. So, goodbye, solar flare! And, solar flares out of there. They're wondering, where the hell did he go? And they're just, they're struggling. That was TM's technique. I know. What? Oh, how did he know that technique? How? Which way did he go? Goku's trying to sense him. Remember, they can sense Cell's power. The thing is, Cell kept his power suppressed for the longest time that, they wouldn't be able to sense it. But they can sense Cell's power. The question is whether or not he's able to reduce his power low enough that they can't sense him at this point. Goku can still barely pick up on him, but he can tell his pain because Cell's trying to suppress it as quick as possible. And he just kind of starts flying in that direction. His eyesight's barely coming to, but he just barely make out his shape. He's like, I just fires a blast out. Damn! I thought I'd lost. I thought I'd had a clean getaway. Yeah, that key sensing ability of yours is quite impressive, Goku. I'm something of an expert myself. Let me show you something else I'm an expert in. Kame. What? And, he does a Kamehameha. Because Goku at this point is just, again, still blinded pretty much at this point. Just transforms instinctually into a Super Saiyan. Just, blasts it, and it's an explosion. Crap baskets, this is not what I wanted. And Goku's still struggling. Cell gets behind him and does start, and gets it. What the? What is he doing? Such energy, Goku. I'd hoping we had a bit more of a personal, intimate moment, more intimate than this. But the victory is a victory. And then Goku just smashes him in the mother. And then Goku finally able to see it at this point, just grabs him by the head and then just smacks him straight into the ground. Goku's arm is not like Piccolo's, where it's completely just destroyed and dead, but it is withered and pretty weak and just, what did you do? I drink you, Goku. I can absorb the biomass of things, of creatures through my tail and add it to my own power. And even though that was a mild taste of what you have, I must say, it was delicious. And then finally Raditz and Trunks show up, both of them in Super Saiyan. What is this guy? Since you're here, and I won't be able to get away with it, I guess I'll have to kill all of you. That little boost from Goku was quite invigorating. I shouldn't have too much of a problem with you. But since you asked so nicely, I am Cell, another creation of Dr. Jeros. And what I am the combination of all of the spiders on Earth's DNA. And he goes into his explanation. Now then, who should be first? How about a little deja vu? And then he just basically appears right in front of Trunks, throwing his tail at Raditz and Goku, and just grabs Trunks, smacks him, and goes, bah! Trunks tries to take him with a sword. By the way, I actually don't think the sword would work on Cell. I think he's too durable for that, even in imperfect form. It like pokes him, and it's like, oh, that's a sharp blade. Be ashamed if something happened to it. Time to add more fuel to the Chipotle gets smacked in the face by Raditz. Goku's just, damn it, I need a Senzu bean bad. Goku's still trying. He does like a one-hand Kamehameha, just blasts, and Rad's Kamehameha blasts. Cell is able to keep up with him because he has all the Z-Fire's techniques, including like Piccolo's special beam cannon, Mase Kapo, Mase Goha, all that stuff. So they're going back and forth. Goku is just like, I've had enough of this. Yeah, the difference is too, I won't tie anywhere near as quickly as you will, and as soon I'll be able. And with the combination of your three powers, I have no problem taking my brother and sister. The other 17 and 18, the other Marvelous creations. We were designed to be one, and we will be. Well, at this point now Goku's like, no, I've heard enough. Yeah! Powers up. At this point, he's not taking the risk. He adds Flex Waves in there, and immediately goes into Super Saiyan Primal. It's like, ugh. What is this form? I know what a Super Saiyan is. But what the hell is this? And Goku. Now, at this point, Goku's arm. It's kind of, because of the energy, the excess energy he emits and the power increase. It doesn't fully heal, but it does regain a bit of form, mass, stuff like that. He's still going to need a Senzu Bean when he gets the chance. But at this point, it's functional enough he can use it. And power-wise, he's completely eclipsing Cell at this point. At this point, power-wise, that's a good question. If I were to grade where I have him right now, power-wise, I'd say he completely eclipses even like perfect Cell from the original Dragon Ball Z saga. So, he comes in, it's like, and just grabs like that. It's like, I won't let you. And just blasts his head off. Now, fortunately, he does the thing where he moved the Cell, the nuclei in his, or the main nucleus that allows him to, or nuclei, if you will, that allows him to regenerate. So all of a sudden, blah! I told you, Goku. There's the Z-Fighter cells on me, including Piccolo's. That allows me great regeneration, but Piccolo can't regenerate his head. It's like, no, but because of the structure of my body, I just had to move the cell out of the DNA strand that allows me to do so. Moving it to another part of my body saved my life. So now, Goku. But it seems I'm outmatched, so I'll just have to bid you adieu. So, and then at this point where he's about to solar flare again, Goku's like, no, I'm not having any of this. Just immediately appears behind him, just grabs his arms, like, if I can destroy you piece by piece, I'll just destroy you. Just suddenly pulls his arms, and one go. And then he just throws Cell right up in the sky, just come, man. He does that. Though it's never truly named as a technique, I always loved it in that fight with Baby, where he basically had two palms worth of energy, like two Kamehamehas, and he just and then he combined them into one. I'm like, oh, that's a lot of freaking power. I'm like, I don't know, something about like just concentrating more energy into a smaller mass to make it just a more powerful beam is always a cool idea to me. So even though it's such a basic technique, I liked it when I saw Jiren do it. It's like he just had this massive sun in his hand and condensed it into his little orb. I'm like, oh, if that hits you, you're effed. So I like seeing Goku maybe do that. It's like, blasting Cell into oblivion. Yeah, what? And yeah, that was the end of Cell. Perfect Cell does not happen in this. The android's okay, but they do go per word of both what they heard from Cell and per knowing that the androids know where Jiro's lab is, stuff like that, and know he may have been working on other things. They find the lab, they do destroy destroy the infant cell, and also, well, essentially, that ends well. So, now, we got time to go into at least the 7-year time skip. What happens here? Well, first off, none of these guys are really participating in martial arts tournaments. A, because they know they'll win, and that's just not exciting. And B, there's not really a need for it. They have each other for a good sparse. There's no real reason at this point to be bothering other people. In that 7-year time, what happens? Well, Gohan still Gohan keeps his training up. He's unfortunately nowhere near as strong as his canon counterpart. Even if he manages to hit a Super Saiyan form, which is possible, he could. In fact, I'll even be nice and say, yeah, he does. He will not be anywhere near his canon level, unfortunately. But that doesn't mean he's a wimp by any stretch of the means. In fact, if anything, he's got a bit more of a Trunks attitude to him, where he's a bit more of a daring rogue, if you will. No, he's willing to step in and help people a lot more than Gohan was, only because Chi-Chi was so nagging him to be on schoolwork and not training. Whereas he gets to do both. Raditz and Goku. Goku eventually learns how to just tap into the Super Saiyan 4/Primal form on his own without the flux waves. Eventually, Raditz learns to do it too, although it takes Raditz a bit more time, as he always struggled harder with his Uzaru form than Goku did in this version. 17 and 18. 17 goes and actually does that park ranger stuff. He's rangering the shit out of that park, and he enjoys it. 18 and Krillin do end up getting married and having Marin, and they're quite happy as well. Piccolo does his thing. Kami's still the guardian of the Earth, which is impressive. Honestly, there's not a huge difference between anything else here. All the Z fighters are doing their own thing. Tien still keeps training. Yamcha is a baseball player, so he's not training as much. And should note that Vegeta is happily running King Cold's empire. He would probably even have learned Super Saiyan at this point. Maybe even Super Saiyan 2. Anything's possible. I would be more than willing to believe he would have Super Saiyan 2 at this point, because he had it. Here's the thing. I do fully believe Vegeta had Super Saiyan 2 before he became Majin Vegeta. I do know that. I do believe that because just giving him the Majin ability wouldn't just give him the ability to transform to the next level. He clearly had that transformation prior. The Majin just enhanced his power. Which, by the way, lets you know that Goku was still stronger than Vegeta at that point, naturally speaking. Take out Super Saiyan 3. Because we know the Majin symbol enhances your abilities to a certain degree, we know for a fact Vegeta, because Goku and Vegeta were pretty much equal in that fight. We know that Vegeta was weaker. Other than that, there's not much else to go over for the 7-year time skip. We really won't get into... we should note one other thing, though, that Hercule, while the martial arts champion of the world, is nowhere near as big a celebrity as he was in the original, because he did not have the honor or the title of the man who defeated Cell. So while he's very much popular and people love him, he's not the celeb that he is in the original. But anyway, that's what we're going to leave off with, going into the Buu arc. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. And ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Super Magic, What If, and anything on the channel. Put that in the comments below. I'll get to that at some point. So I got another What If tomorrow, plus a Worst to Best video. Hopefully I'll get to that. That one's going to be long. And saying, and it's Pokemon based. And saying it's a Pokemon base makes me realize I really should make a Pokemon corner along with like Naruto and Dragon Ball Z corner and stuff. But anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Later, folks.